Well, salutations, my crack addicts. How are things going? It's a pleasure to be back again. After the disappointment of the end of last stream, I decided to end up going on to an entirely different shade of disappointment, which is me getting my face caved in a nice old game of Path of Exiles. Deuce. But hey, let's end up getting at it. Pleasure to have you in here first, Amanda. It's a great honor to end up having. It is something I want to end up adding in at some point in time. Benefits for the people that come first, second, and third, but that shall be future Crack's problem once he ends up figuring it out. But for now, we are here, we are ready, and we are going for none other than continuing on with Path of Exiles, because I was too lazy to bother to set up any of the other games that I have in play, and I just wanted to do something different today. So, let's see how bad lag and bugs and Tish and Tosh ends up screwing with me. But for the fun of it, we'll end up seeing how things go. How is your Monday treating you, friends? Have you gotten up to anything exciting? Is it the start of a nice last week of March? Can you believe it? We're already almost 4 months done. Well, yeah, we're almost into the 4th month of the year. Make you feel pretty old. Benny, my friend, how are you doing? I am currently being burnt alive and enjoying the crack. How did the commentating role for Unreal Tournament end up going for you? Was there anything exciting that happened? I noticed a bit of it. Unfortunately, it was on. I was just busy and couldn't end up getting a proper showcase of it. I still amn't 100% sure of Unreal Tournament. I haven't had the joy of playing it, and I haven't had the honor of watching it yet. So the next time you end up going live with said game, I will have to make sure to end up having a gawk at what is going on. So I look forward to that, my friend. When is your next foray into the commentary of such tournaments? Well, not too bad. I'll have to keep an eye out in the Discord in order to see when you end up posting up that that's what's happening. And I am about to die. It's nice to know that bullshit happens in this game as well as every other one. Hey, that's probably still going to be entertaining, depending on how well you commentate it. So I'll be judging you maliciously, Benny. But with that being said, how are you doing today? Was work grand? Was your Monday exciting? Did you get up to any mischievousness? Was the crack 90, as they say? Nice! That's an improvement. The 15 million you got from European football must certainly be helping you, so Skull. You must be enjoying life rather well with them at the moment. How is PSG doing this year? Did they have a good manager in place? Is there a chance of you to catch up to them? Is it too late? What's the deal? Unreal 2.5 doesn't have a great bot pathing. Oh, so this is going to be a lot of collisions with the wall. That'll be an interesting watch anyway, whenever I get the chance to end up doing it, Benny, so it'll be a bit of crack. I'm still working right now, but it's been okay. Oh, you poor bastard. Have you long left? Is there long left in your day, or are you coming close to the end? Am I just the momentary reprieve of the awful nature that has been occurring to you this evening? How has the day been? I must admit, the fucking fire in the middle of this map is a pain in the arse. PSG went 60 games unbeaten in the league. Yeah, so they're your Barcelona. Although to be fair, it makes more sense for them to be that, but like they're your Barcelona. Joys of that, my friend. I don't envy you having to deal with that now. Who's their manager at the moment? About 90 minutes left, not too bad. And do you have anything exciting planned once the 90 minutes finishes, Benny? Might be me. I find FM makes Luis Enrique a fucking king in most saves. And this game makes me a schmuck. Oh, that was the end of the map. Okay, this is a really small map. I've already killed all these, so screw you, I'm just leaving. The joys. Nice! Happy out! Is this IRL or is this in... Yeah, I figured it was IRL. How was it anyway? It looked like a good atmosphere in the whole lot when you were in the stadium there, Benny. Looked like a good bit of crack. Was it a good game that you ended up watching? We're about to go into a boss, by the way, so this is where Craic ends up spending an hour getting his ass caved into the cobblestone. So just be prepared for that. Oh. I'm sorry. I almost broke Lent also. So what did you take for Lent, Amanda, first of all? Because I don't remember if you've mentioned it before. I was drinking beer and forgot to order my baguette without chicken. Oh, okay, I see. I'm guessing you were off chicken first? It was a shit game, to be honest. It was so windy, the ball couldn't come off the turf. And we had 9 shots on goal and battered the shit out of... Hey! A win is a win is a win, but yeah, you think that have the stadium designed better to ensure that shit doesn't happen. This is going to be a long fight. Oh, it looks stunning, but I'm just saying you think that have it designed in a way that that wouldn't be an issue, you know? That the wind wouldn't cause a problem. Okay, what am I meant to do there? Okay, so I have no idea what the hell you're meant to do there. Genuinely, what are you meant to do there? I'm guessing it's run away, but what are you meant to do there? Okay. Confusing. Okay, run now. Maybe this is how we end up doing it. Okay, yeah. Go on, explain it to us, Benny. I'm always up to hear an old save. Or two. Do you think I should do it in the save that I have now? Maybe do the one more season with Real Madrid and then go and do that? But yeah, no, I could use you as my wise man so you can convince me how the hell the MLS works. Okay, run, 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 you bitch! What the f... Okay. Where'd he go? Okay, run again, run again, run again, run again, run again, run again, run again. Oh, good. I get the feeling we're getting a second fucking phase, aren't we? Okay, run away anyway. Run away, run away, run away. Okay. Oh. Huh. Okay, that was surprisingly easy. That was actually really easy, surprisingly. I mean, in comparison to some of the other ones, Benny, there's some that I've been here for an hour on. But you're probably right. It probably is me being a bit too egotistical. But yeah, no, I'd be happy to end up doing that at some point. Some point down the line, we'll end up going into the MLS, and I'll give that, and I will go see how she ends up going. Maybe, pick one of the other ones. The joys of that. But to be fair, at least it's 5 minutes of enjoying the assets that game brings. Yeah, in this game, it's definitely that way, Amanda. It is an awful lot that way. I've just been rather shite at some of them there. And what's even funnier with this one is, like, I went into that with relatively low fire resistance. Like, I could boost up that fire resistance a lot. Like, in the secondary boss we ended up doing earlier on, we needed to boost up the lightning resistance quite a substantial amount. So I'm handy out that it's working. It means that the build isn't that bad. So would Action Tamiyan be the one that you'd normally end up playing now, Benny, or would you go to any of the other ones as well? So, like, you played that and then you play Nikke. Would you ever play Nikke at work as well, or would there always be Action? Oh, not too bad. She gonna cut herself? Yeah, okay, fair enough. Okay, well, this is interesting. This is slightly concerning. I mean, it looks like a good bit of fun whenever you end up playing it, so I can understand why. Joys of a really long loading screen. I think it's my network connection that's causing this to happen, but I'm not 100% sure. Some people have said that sometimes the IP address of certain areas just causes this to load really slowly. So my apologies about this. Ooh. That's interesting. Nothing of value for me. Nothing of value for me. Nothing of value for me, so let's sell these. We do have an 11 skill orb. We do have an unenchanted ruby. Fine, well, we won't be using that. But I think... Is my... My internet after shit in the bed? I think it did. Am I after dropping? Yeah, I've dropped frames and the whole lot. God damn it, internet. Ooh, we have our next skill, Ball of Lightning. Just yes. Just fucking yes. What do we get rid of? That's just awesome. That's just genuinely awesome. We don't use essence drain, so we're going to take you off. Throw you there. Essence drain, we're going to take you off and put you there, and then we'll put you there. We go with that for that. Frostbolt is I'm not really using Mana Tempest yet, so I'll need to get used to that. So I suppose we swap you back to this, and then we go Lightning Ball for that. Please let me see that works. Did it work? Is Blurp doing this again? Looks like it did it again. Shit.
Nice.
It should work. It should work. Why wasn't it working? I'm not hearing it. That's why I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Did it work there? Oh, okay. Went through that time. Just took a really long time for it to come in. Weird. Yeah. For some reason, I got a major delay on it. Anyway, that's good. At least that worked. Anyway, yeah, thanks for putting that in, Benny. Yeah, it looks like that's going to be a nice bit of looks like that's going to be a really nice bit of kit. So we'll see how that ends up working. Craic, I'm going to do what you tell me. Resign at the end of this season. Wait for someone to sign me, or continue till we get another job. I recommend. Well, as I said, I recommend continue until you end up getting another job. It's always easier to get a job when you have a job. But do whatever you feel yourself, man. Like, there's nothing wrong with doing any of the other. Ooh, extra lightning damage. I think the two we have actually is better. Even if that power word siphon is better than the one that I end up having there, 17, but it doesn't have the spell damage. It does have the chaos damage, but we're not using that much of it. Yeah, I think we're better. Is Frankfurt has offered me an interview. Is it a big upgrade? Frankfurt's a big team, Skull. It's a good bit of go to end up trying to do it. Duck, my friend, how are you doing? Have you finally got over the cold sweat waking up in the night due to Barcelona nightmares? No, and I never will. I never will. Marco Reus is an arsehole. He's a bastard. He's a vicious prick. Oh, Marco Reus has destroyed my love and my hope and my dreams. Absolute prick, Doc. He's a prick. I wouldn't mind. I guess the one good thing about me losing to Barcelona the way that I did in absolutely everything is the fact that they won absolutely everything. So at least there's that. At least it's not a matter of I just failed to stop them. It's that they were such a dominating force that everyone fucking wasn't able to stop them. So at least there's that, Duck. I won't abide by such blasphemy up. I won't abide by such blasphemy. What has John Cena ever done to you? Think of the children. Think of the children. Oh, you're an arse. Because they're meant to be setting up a deal to have American football over in the English stadiums in a bit. So why not use him while he's in England? Because he's meant to be coming over anyway. I don't think he's as bad as other people end up saying. I think there's far worse people in commentary. Like at least himself and Cole get on with each other. You can kind of tell that Cole doesn't particularly like Corey Graves. So at least it's something. My problem is I don't want to leave till the end of the season. Yeah, I mean, you could ask them to wait, but it's very unlikely they will. Not going well either, but I have the World League Mega Pack, so it's very slow. Yep, that has something like 500,000 players in it, doesn't it? So I can understand why. This is a pretty zone. This is a very, very pretty zone. I've never seen them actually turn around and say, that's fine, we'll wait for you. But I'm sure that they can. But I am dropping so many frames. What the hell is going on? God, today is one of those days. What the hell is going on? Anyway, we have advertisements on now, so we'll just do this and then we'll continue forward. Sorry, things are being a bit scatter-started at the start of this one now. It's just been everything's just being a bit odd on me, much to my chagrin. But in general, let's end up asking how people are. How is your Monday treating you yourself, Duck? And yourself, Skull? Have you gotten up to anything? Has anything exciting happened? Has your world been brightened anyway? God, I'm a rude bastard yawning into the microphone. Oh, shit. Yeah, well, I have to pause that since they're attacking us. You got to be kidding me. Okay, anyway. The advertisements that they're finishing there. So we'll try a wee bit longer. I am having some major ping issues here, and I don't know if it's coming through to ye. I'll try another half an hour. If this continues on, unfortunately today, I might need to leave it and figure out what the hell's going on with my PC. But for now, I'll continue on anyway, and we'll continue to talk for the time being. That's good. If it's fine for ye, then that sounds as well. Happy out. Yeah, so we've been using arc there. Okay. So we will now be rotating between arc and fireball and lightning ball. So now that I have a new one in order to do it, I was in ad, so what's up? Oh, nothing, just my streams, it's saying here that I'm lagging behind and that my frame rate is dropping in bits and bobs and candy and nuts and all that crap. So I'm just trying to figure out what's going on and why it's at it. Yeah, well, say it to them. Hopefully they'll end up listening to you and you'll see what happens then. Okay. This literally is an identical map to one of the maps that we went through before. It's just done up and looks pretty. Okay, so I need to figure out how to use this lightning ball properly. Might be better doing this. So put lightning ball there and put frostbolt there. It allows me to do this and then that. But also do this. So then I can go like that, this. And okay, so it needs to go out a bit more. Okay. So when we come up here, I can do this. Okay, so I need to be better about how the fuck I use this spell. Because it does a massive amount of damage if I use it right. But I'll kill myself if I don't. Okay, interesting. I don't get Frankfurt jobs. Don't need to worry about them twats anyway. Ah, that's unfortunate. It's not the best job you can end up getting, but if you're in a situation where you're not happy with the club that you're in and you want to go to someone else, Frankfurt's not a bad old option to end up standing into, you know? There are... So I am using this to do that. I'm using this to move, so is there any point in going... Does this help us in any way, or does this hinder us by putting one into that spot? Because the minute we see someone, he should end up doing that. So when I come over this way now, the minute I see anyone... Okay, so that doesn't help. They were cutting through me like bloody butter. So I don't know if this is just a difficulty spike or I'm just playing shit, but... To be fair, the two aren't mutually exclusive. It could be a difficulty spike, and I could be playing shite, so... Why, what happened that you weren't able to commentate 2 or 3 games? Why? What reason did they want to leave you? That seems odd. Oh, okay. Yeah, that... If it's for that reason, that makes sense. I thought it was just because you were offered something else and refused to go. Because that would be an odd showcase of the players getting annoyed because your ambition didn't match where they think you should be. Okay, so E will end up doing arc. W will end up doing that. So it's a fast transfer mechanism anyway. You can use it to teleport, technically, and do some damage while doing it. It's not faster than anything we were doing before. I mean, the one good thing about that is so long as you achieve Champions League football, he won't complain at the end of the season. So, you know, there's that. But it is annoying to have a really good player like that just start whinging. I know Lightning Ball is definitely useful. And maybe I need to upgrade its power. Or maybe it's just I'm using it wrong. But it's causing me more deaths than anything else at the moment. Okay. Okay, so we have a gold here somewhere. Interesting. So, yeah, I definitely would have been better there not using the ability at all. Maybe it's just the quickness you need to have in order to do it right. It's not been benefiting me that much at all, to be honest. Interesting. And is there any clubs actually coming in for him at the moment, Skull, or is it just a case of him hampering for something that hasn't happened yet? Because if someone actually put in an offer for him, then you might have actual problems coming ahead. It's worse with goalkeepers too, because once they end up losing, momentum, as they're falling down on their own, it causes problems with them. As goalkeepers are players of confidence, and even in FM that's true as well. If you have a goalkeeper that isn't confident, it will show on their performances, I find. Oh yeah, so it was after you said no to Arsenal. I mean, as stupid as it sounds, it is a big fucking depart. It is a big. Jesus Christ. It is a big club to get an offer from. It's what, Tuchel? I mean, Oh no, he's a real manager. I don't know who he's with at the moment, but he is a real manager. Let me check that, actually. He's a German manager. Currently manager of the Bundesliga side RB Leipzig. 48 years of age. So, like, twould be one of them that ends up giving me the pain in the arse. Oh no, Amanda, Skull was asking whether or not that might have been a rename for Tuchel. You know, the same way as they've renamed fucking Inter Milan and AC Milan. Maybe they'd renamed Tuchel. Thankfully not. I don't know. The fact that it's in London makes me kind of want to watch it, Skull. Because that crowd's going to be fucking giddy. Also, if the live shows are any indication... Oh, it would be, but I'll just I'll watch it later. Like, I'm not going to watch it now. But I might watch it later. But if it's any indication on what the post is meant to be, post-Mania, they're currently doing at the house shows CM Punk versus Gunther. So could you imagine if that's Gunther's next opponent? If it's CM Punk after Mania, if CM Punk managed to win that triple threat match, and then his first match was against Gunther. Because maybe it's me being a pessimist. I still don't think Jay is going to end up winning. How are England today? Anyway, are they formatted any better than they were the last time?
Reece fucking James. Of all the people to score the goal, it's Reece James. I mean, this is actually a really interesting side. Hansa, Guehe, Shkelly, Rogers, and Asni Boyd on with them as well. That's actually a really interesting side. You're listening to 101.5 FL Smooth Jazz. Right on the finding with this one too, Benny. It has a background effect. I have no idea what this is, so let's figure it out together. Oh my god, it actually is smooth jazz. That is fucking hilarious. Do I have any idea? Do I guess as to what the name of this particular voice is? This particular voice is none other than the power.
And it's meant to have a female version as well, although I've never ever done hearing it, so watch it like, ladies and gentlemen. This is weird.
Hopefully you end up keeping him. Hopefully he won't end up actually being too much of a pain in the arse and all will be fine.
Anyway, that's enough of that. That's enough of that now. We're back to normal. You got one with extra bits tangled into it there, Duck, so feel happy with yourself. I don't know what's going on anymore. You didn't like that voice, did you not, Amanda? You know, there are others. There are others that you can end up trying. They all sound a wee bit weird and they all sound a wee bit different, but they're all something. That one is actually meant to be based on the radio demon from oh god, what's the name of it? It's Busy Pop's show. Has-Been Hotel, that's the name of it. It's actually meant to be the one based on Has-Been Hotel. What's up, Doc? You know the Looney Tunes had a movie come out there recently. The Day the Earth Blew Up. And then Acne vs. Coyote is meant to be supposedly getting bought. So there's a chance we might actually get that movie coming to us as well. So that's really interesting, to be honest. Because it's original 2D animation, like hand-drawn animation. Like, fucking idiot. But it looks really interesting. If you can get to it in cinema, because it might end up making them actually end up doing stuff. If you like 2D animation at all, go and watch Looney Tunes The Day the Earth Blew Up. Because honestly, it kind of needs to do well, since Warner Brothers hung it out to pasture and sold it to a really small production company. So it didn't get much advertising, and as a result of which, it'll probably flop. And if it flops, then it might convince... Fucking move! Anyway, it might convince Warner Brothers not to do 2D animation anymore. By the way, I do apologize for how shit I am at this game. Like, this is genuinely atrocious. No bother, enjoy your coffee, Benny. Just make sure you go easy on the whiskey. Really? You're not a movie person, Amanda? Oh, you have to change that. Movies, like, there's far too many good ones. Like, just even if not the regular genres of them. Go to something like animated movies or something like that. There's far too many good stuff out there for you not to be. Jesus Christ. Not to be watching movies. Oh, I suppose that would cause a problem with it. So so out of the 20 movies you might have watched, what was your favorite? I have a favorite movie, but you're going to think so much less of me for the movie that I actually love. Because it's not a particularly flashy movie. It's not a particularly good movie, to be honest, either. But it's just a movie that I love. And it's Perks of Being a Wallflower. They rip you to fucking shreds! Jesus! I know that the blunt moves end up giving you a slowing effect, but holy crap! Ooh, Enemy at the Gate. I don't know that one. So now you have to give me more homework. Now you have to give me more homework, Amanda. I have to watch that fight, and now I have to watch Enemy at the Gate. So I have to watch Bevel versus Berbatov 2, or Burvich 2, and Enemy at the Gate. And then we have another thing that's written down in that particular notepad page that we don't talk about unless it happens. And if you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. I'm sure Duck is keeping an account of it anyway. It's as if he'd let me away with anything. So would you be a Saw? Would you be a Saw fan? I know that's a different type of death and death and gore and the whole shebang. But would you be a Saw fan? Or would that have been a series you've ever watched before? Oh, God damn it. Yeah, well, it helped there. So if we can use it a wee bit better like that, then it helps. It helps get away from situations when you're hit. And maybe there's a way to improve it, but it's just not a particularly good move. You could... There has to be a way to improve it. It can't be that fucking shite. There has to be more we can do to improve it. Maybe keep it alive longer. Maybe something like that. I don't know. There's on film. I'm still. What's that one? You know, supposedly they're meant to be looking into that. I am actually really annoyed with Disney because I wouldn't have had a problem with them doing a Monsters Inc. 2. I do have a problem with the number 2 they did announce. I don't know if any of you paid any attention or give any ways two ends of a dog's bollocks, but Disney announced that they're doing a Coco 2. And that's sacrilege to me. Absolute sacrilege to me. I never really understood them, but like Alien vs. Predator, Jarhead, I really liked Saving Private Ryan. Yeah, Alien vs. Predator is kind of really funny because it's a piss take of both franchises, and none of the franchises come out well out of it. So it's really funny that got really popular. And upgrade warp. Then upgrade arc. Then upgrade orb of storms. Then upgrade conductivity. That'll do for now. Although please be made by someone other than this. How the Doc? Dunkirk. 3 hours of horse manure. Dunkirk isn't a bad movie. That's me being mean, but it's not even near some of Nolan's best work. But I suppose it wouldn't be Hollywood if there wasn't multiple movies about World War II happening at some point in time. Advertisement time. Go on, Benny. Make your points. Enemy at the Gates is one of the few movies I have seen, and it's fucking fantastic. Well, then there's a second person that's making me have to go and watch it. To be honest, I'll probably watch that before I watch the Biev Berbatov match. But that's a nice point. I'll definitely end up having a look at it. And you, being an American, you should end up watching the Looney Tunes movie, considering it's America that it actually matters for. Thank you, Duck. I will eventually set up that shit you normally end up seeing on Discord pages where you're able to select the channels you want to come into instead of having to do it manually. But yes, I've watched The Shawshank Redemption. It's probably some of Morgan Freeman's best work. But as a movie, and yes, I know this is sacrilege, I think it's slightly overrated. It's a very good movie, don't get me wrong, but I do think it's kind of slightly overrated. Disney making Coco 2 or whatever, this released bullshit to chase more profits. Yeah, and especially with Coco 2, because that was a perfect story. It doesn't need a sequel. Now, I know Miguel is a fantastic character, and the actual world of Coco is fucking gorgeous, but it definitely doesn't need it. Having said that, I'd bail out for a Titanic. I thought there was a Titanic 2. Yeah, there was a Titanic 2. There was wasn't there? Titanic 2 is a 2010 film directed and starring Sean Van Dyke, distributed by Asylum. Despite its title, it's okay, so it's not a sequel to it. Okay, I was wondering. I knew I heard of Titanic 2. Direct-to-DVD Australian movie. Fair enough. A supernatural horror themed sequel, Titanic 666, released 12 years later in 2022. Oh, God, that fucking image. Oh. Give us a second. I will just for ye in this particular case post it up. You will have to bear with me while I mess around with this and take the advertisements down and see if I can end up getting this up. This won't be on the vertical stream, but screw it. Let's get a window capture and be careful about this. Yep. Oh, we have a provincial banners. We'll banish you. But yeah, here we go. Look, there's Titanic 666. Isn't that a beautiful image? God, we have two of them. Fuck me. Anyway, that's a fuck. SpongeBob Square. Yes, the David Hasselhoff speedboat is genuinely beautiful. It's one of the best movies there is. It genuinely is. Isn't the SpongeBob? Yeah. No, Goofy Goober isn't from that movie. Yeah. I'll have to look for a scene on that in order to end up seeing what to end up adding to it. Also, Benny, my deepest apologies. However, I think the only thing that can be done for what happened to you there, considering you really, really wanted to do it, is this.
You serious?
I have played Fortnite. I didn't play it long. I didn't do much with it. But I played it every now and again with a couple of friends. I just never got into it. Like everything, I can do it later on again some other time, but I just haven't done it in the last wee bit. So who knows? Maybe I'll do it again. Maybe I might do a stream of Fortnite at some point. But I am just for No Man's Glacier. I am shite at that game. One movie I always said I would like to watch is Interstellar. Interstellar is another movie that is fantastic, but I think Interstellar is carried in large part by its score. I think Hans Zimmer went fucking bonkers on that score, and the movie itself isn't as good as the score is. Like that one tune from Interstellar is used all over the spot and has been remixed to hell and back, and it bloody well deserves to be so. But like, the other thing about that too is it's also not Hans Zimmer's best work. And fight me on this one if you want. I think Hans Zimmer's best work is The Lion King. And you can fight me on that one. I won't get angry on that one. It's just my opinion that I think his best work is The Lion King. Yeah, and in case you didn't know, Hans Zimmer was the principal organizer for the music of the original Lion King animated movie. He's the one who came up with most of the tunes for that song, for those songs. Like he's the reason the Circle of Life sounds the way that it is. He's the reason that most of those songs are the way that they are. He's the reason for the instrumentals that go on throughout the entirety of that movie, like the stuff that happens at the start where you're lifting Simba into the air and all that type of stuff. Yeah, genuinely, I love that fucking thing. I mean, Gladiator's fantastic as well. Like, you can't... There's very few movies that Hans Zimmer has ever done that you can turn around and say is bad. There is one that I would say it's not bad, but is mediocre. But to be fair, the entirety of the movie is mediocre, and it's another one that'll start a fight. I think Zimmer kind of phoned it in for Dune. Don't shoot me. But yeah, I think he kind of phoned it in for Dune, to be honest. Dune and Dune 2. Dune and Dune 2. I think he kind of phoned it in for them. Like, they're good soundtracks, but they're not his best work. It's actually something I've never done. I've never watched the original Dune. Also, where the fuck is this checkpoint? I'm after dying so many times to these arseholes because they just rip my armor to shit. So one problem with this build, if you have anything that hits in multiple occasions, you're just dead. I can take a hit, but I can't take multiple hits. Oh, by the way, just... I'll bring this back up for a second. I know a lot of people have already done this, and I'll fit this into the screen because fuck it, why not? And we'll do this. Might as well show my pretty face while I'm at this, so just bear with me 1 second. I think everyone has I think anyone that is on the internet knows about this, but I still want to show it off as well, just so people end up knowing. The fact that you know that film and film media is dead is this one. Okay? I'm not going to show any of the spoilers. I'm not going to read any of it. I'm just going to show this off. Okay, no, so that's the... Yep. Is this the one? Or did they change this? They might have changed it. Yeah, they might have changed it. Nope, here we go. So the way that you know that media is dead is this. And then it spoils it itself. How the hell anyone gives that movie a 7? I went and I watched it myself. How anyone gives that movie a 7, I can't understand it. Holy crap. I know I'm doing an Asmongold here and just looking at random shit that doesn't make sense, but like at the same point in time, how anyone gives that movie a 7 and gives the ending of Invincible a 4 is fucking... I don't actually know that, Duck. I wonder how they're going to do Children of Dune, because they said they're making the Messiah movie, and the Messiah movie is meant to be 2 movies, so we'll see what ends up happening there. Oh yeah, sure. They gave Concord a 9, and they gave I think they gave Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League an 8 or a 9 as well. Let me check actually while I have it here. I'm not bringing the thing back up, but mainly because of the word, mainly because I don't know how to spell it. And I don't want to show off my badness. God, that's a load of random nonsense. Verdict. Oh no, they give it a 5. So yeah, that sounds more like it. But yeah, IGN are just horrible when it comes down to some of the shit. Like they gave what was it? So they gave Chainsaw Man a 9, and then there was some anime that came out there recently that they gave a 4 or something like that, a 6 that they didn't like. I can't remember what it was. I'm not giving them money. Ah, well, fucking. Everyone deserves an opportunity to end up improving, but still. Amanda, it made, in its first week, it made 46 million quid in America. And it's looking like it's going to make 80 million quid worldwide. So, yes, it was a massive, massive, massive bust. Bomb. But, like, at the same point in time, like, that's not taking into account the reshoots or anything. Like, we'll see what ends up happening. Some loser on the internet from their own basement will rage. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. But I will say, we'll see what ends up happening with some of the studios. Like, there's people... There was a stat put out there recently, and I don't understand how this one ends up becoming a thing, stating that Assassin's Creed Shadows is the most concurrent user-based Assassin's Creed game ever released. Like, it has the most amount of players playing it at the moment. Which, I don't know. It doesn't make much sense to me, considering on Steam at the moment it's 41,000 people playing it and an all-time peak of 64,000. That's really bad. Like, that's less than... What game came out there recently? That's less than what Dragon Age Veilguard had when it came out. So that's why I don't understand how that ended up working. So supposedly this is going to be a success for Ubisoft, but I don't fucking see how. Supposedly they've sold 2 million copies of it, but it's also supposedly one of the most returned games of the year. So let's see what ends up happening there. I haven't played it, so I can't comment on it. It might have been 16 million as the first day, Amanda. Like on the Thursday, it ended up making 16 million. But it was definitely something like 46 million for its opening weekend. I end up watching, and I don't particularly like she sometimes her content is good, sometimes her content is shite. I end up watching Grace Randolph beyond the trailer, and she ends up giving the movie math for all of those type of shows. So, yeah, she ended up giving the stats of it. I just can't remember them off the top of my head. Some of her opinions are shite. Some of her opinions are good, like everyone. Then if you have any reviewers or anything like that, you end up watching or becoming good with. Sonic 3 done really, 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 really well in theaters. It done really well in theaters. And what an awful lot of people don't know is Knuckles done really well on I think it was HBO Max, wasn't it? Or whichever streaming service it was on. Knuckles done really, really well as well. So it'll be interesting to see how they do. By the way, the following statement is going to be a spoiler for the end of Sonic the Hedgehog 3. If you haven't watched the movie, do mute yourself for a second. I will at some point create a big like I have for advertisements for spoiler alerts when I'm talking about shit. But like, I do find it interesting how at the end of that movie they show the antagonist for what should be of the next movie, and the obvious heroine that everyone wanted to end up being shown. Is a bit odd that they ended up doing that, because it spoils I wonder how they're going to fix that for the next movie, considering he is very obviously what the antagonist is going to be. And that's about as spoiler as I'm going to end up putting it. There we go. The only other thing I'll say is go and watch that movie. Sonic 3 is it's a long movie, but a good movie. But then again, I am a Sonic the Hedgehog fan. I am a bit of a Sonic weeb, so you know. Like unfortunately, nostalgia works on me, and the reason you can know that nostalgia works on me is and I apologize for this in advance. I apologize for this statement. I know for some of you it'll make you sick to your stomach. I was a fan. I was a fan of the Ratchet and Clank movie. You're a snot and I'm not? No, what's up? The Ratchet and Clank movie. If you're not a fan of it, it's not a great movie. And even if you are a fan of it, it's not a great movie. Oh, don't die, don't die! I've done a fair whack of damage. Ah, you fucking prick. Anyway, let's have a look. I got some man to sign a contract and Valencia offered me the job. Are you thinking of taking the Valencia job? Ironically, in my opinion, Skull, I think Valencia is a worse job than Frankfurt. Like, who wants to go and experience Gary Neville's sloppy seconds? Well, apparently you do, so have fun with that. How the fuck is this fair? Oh, come on. I got money with Valencia, so don't have to sign all the 20-year-olds anymore. That's true. But you also gave up one of the best goalkeepers in the world, who you just managed to sign to a good contract, who you would have probably wanted to rob from them. But good luck with them. Valencia's not an easy job either, but it'll be a bit of fun. You're always as well try something new. I really am shit at this, and I'm so fucking sorry. Well, you won't be getting Dennis. Or it'll be incredibly unlikely you get Dennis. Dennis would end up costing you the guts of 100 million if you just signed him to a brand new contract. Unless you were smart enough to put it. Oh, Jesus Christ, crack! Unless you were smart enough to put a release clause into his contract. You'll be going for a new goalkeeper. And due to the fact that he signed a brand new contract, it means he won't want to talk to any other clubs for a bit, since he wants to have a wee bit of loyalty to the contract. Money talks, but money, 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 money. I do love how, since he left, I don't know if this was a song before he entered WWE. It probably was, considering the fame of it. But I do love how whenever I think of money, I end up thinking of Shane McMahon's theme song from WWE. Here comes the money. Money talks. Here comes the money. And now you all know why we don't want to end up getting those 20 subs. Oh, so it was a song before he ended up joining. Okay, fair enough. It's a very good song. It is a fantastic song. Considering it's a song outside of WWE, I would say probably behind the game, maybe. Or the King of Kings. It's probably the best song WWE has picked that was from a band outside of WWE. I mean, I like Metalingus from Alter Bridge, but I love that song. I think that is one of the best, external songs they've ever picked. I mean, I Am a Real American, even though he's an asshole, I Am a Real American is a really good song as well. And Cult of Personality is fantastic for CM Punk. But, like, that song in particular is fucking awesome. In fact, speaking of which... No, it cuts off too soon. You need to be slightly longer. Fair enough, but we have a new one. We have a new one, Amanda. So you have to give us a second now. That one's after coming on true and fine and good. But we might have another one in our plates. Just give us a second. Should have added. It doesn't seem to have for some fucking reason. Add you. Cool. Cool. There we are there. So, and I'm going to regret doing this. As much as I regretted doing Max Verstappen, I'm going to regret doing this one too. But...
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, 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 money.
Oh, you poor bastard. Have fun with that one, Skull. Oh, did ya? How did you find that? That's meant to be one hell of a show. But orchestras in general are meant to be amazing. One of the things I wanted to do at one point in time, and it just didn't work out, is in Paris, there was the Sonic the Hedgehog orchestra. The Sonic the Hedgehog orchestra was on in Paris not too long ago. I wanted to go and see that. Crush 40 with a live orchestra just sounds fucking awesome. Jesus, I'm slowed down for some bad reason. Yeah, I have to go and see a proper orchestra at some point in time. Even if it is just for the actual proper, like, opera or shit like that. I need to see that type of ambiance and feel at some point in time. I'd like to see an actual proper orchestra like Hans Zimmer if it ended up coming down to it, or, as I just stated there, the Sonic the Hedgehog one, as much as a weeb as I am. But it is something I'd love to do at some point in time. I still love the story behind the WWE soundtrack and how Simon Cowell decided that his production company was going to end up making the three WWE soundtracks because of 2002 SummerSlam. Or whichever SummerSlam was in Wembley. 1998, sorry, not 2002. Smoking the bloody copium in the days there. No, because of the SummerSlam in Wembley, Simon Cowell ended up... That's the reason why we got the WWF soundtracks. You know, Skull, unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to watch it, but it is really good that we won. I'm really happy that we won because I really want us to stay up. And it's good that Evan Ferguson ended up scoring because I want him to end up doing well. But I can't lie, I didn't get a chance to watch it. I'm guessing based on the fact that you said that it's amazing is it's a good showcase for Ireland. That's good. It was I can't remember whose soundtrack it is from WWE, but it's like I hear voices in my head. They talk to me. They understand. That's Randall Keith Orton, Amanda, and fuck me, Pink has Europe been going bonkers for that song every time he comes out. Don't worry, Benny. I know a great way to end up benefiting you as a result of that one. So
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, money, money.
Dollar, dollar.
really, you like Randy Orton's first team song better? Interesting. Interesting. I don't know. I think the first team song wouldn't fit him today. I agree, it's a very good team song, but I don't think it would fit him today. Hey, nothing you can say. Nothing's gonna change what you done to me. Nothing's gonna shine. Gonna make what's mine. Gonna take what's mine. You know what you're giving me? Do you know what you're giving me? Feelings to do, Benny. You're giving me the incredible feelings to crack open this son of a bitch and just start playing this. But for now, we'll wait. Oh yeah, it was back. It was back before. It was back before the Mania where everyone changed their songs. The Mania that Cena ended up main eventing with JBL. So 25, I think. I think it was 25 when they ended up doing those mass changes of old school songs. Finally got a fucking checkpoint. Thank God. I don't get what the problem is here, Duck. This happened on an old FM save once. What, you were just massively in debt, and then just did you sell a load of players, or what the fuck ended up happening? Also, I've got an intriguing question. Are there team songs already made, and they choose as they like them, or were they made? That is a very interesting question, because depends on the superstar. Randy Orton didn't get to choose his team song. Vince McMahon turned around and says, "You're getting this team song." It just so happened that Randy didn't mind it and enjoyed his team song. John Cena chose his team song. The Rock chose his team song. Stone Cold Steve Austin didn't get to choose his team song. Undertaker didn't get to choose his team song until he became the American Badass, and then he got to choose his team song. Sometimes you do. Like CM Punk at Cult of Personality gets to choose his team song. Obviously, Vince, Stephanie, and fucking Shane, because they're the boss's kids in The Boss, used to get the team song. And Triple H got it because he was friends with Motorhead. Sometimes you get to choose. Other times you get other people's repackaged team songs. Samoa Joe. Sorry, that was a bad cough. You know, I'll just, oh, it's coming again. Samoa Joe! You know, sometimes it's just unlucky. If you're heading off, Duck, I 100% understand it. You're not a fan of the wrestling talk, and this wouldn't be your game anyway, but I 100% understand it. Although, to be honest, even though Cult of Personality fits CM Punk like a glove, I loved CM Punk's first team song. And although you're not meant to talk about the fucker, I absolutely love Vince McMahon's team song. No chance, such guts. His team song is fucking awesome. Oh, awesome, Skull. Awesome if you get to go to that game. Oh yeah, it's for the first time in 22 years they played the song. They played the song at a concert. They're actually playing the song again, so you can mention it. Yep, for the first time in 22 years they played the song. Yeah, I know an awful lot of people were shocked. They just, a fan was shouting it at one of the concerts, and they turned around and said, "You know what? Fuck it. It's been 22 years. It's our song. We want to claim it back." And they started playing the song. And I mean, Kevin Sullivan. Kevin Sullivan can finally take the fall for it now. If you want an original wrestling conspiracy theory. God, wrestling fans are weird. For those of you that have no idea what the fuck I'm going on about, be happy that you don't, but it's an example of weird-ass conspiracy theories. Like, I know they got rid of it in the whole lot, and mainly that's because when Edge isn't there, Alter Bridge actually decided to charge WWE for the use of the song like they fucking should. But I actually really liked the other side that the Judgment Day ended up using for a while. Benny. Benny. I am this close. I am this close with that joke. I am this close. I am this close from timing you out. You should feel ashamed. Ashamed, my friend. Ashamed, I say. At the moment, I think it's Kelleher. I think if he didn't have such an atrocious time at Southampton, Banzu could have done it. But ironically, and I don't know what happened to the poor bastard, there was a goalkeeper that Ireland ended up having that was in League One and had records beyond records in League One. And I thought he was going to be a genuinely special goalkeeper. I can't for the life of me remember the kid's name. Can't for the life of me remember the kid's name. But I thought he was going to be in one of the next big things. But unfortunately, I don't think either of the two of them are good enough. Ooh, the joys of that, Benny. Thankfully, I'm in a situation at the moment where I don't get paid until mid-April, and I started the job at the beginning of March. So it's the longest period of time I haven't gotten paid, because obviously I quit my job in December. January. I quit my job in January, so I haven't gotten paid in a long time. But thankfully, I'm floating well. He hasn't been that bad for Brighton, though, has he, Amanda? Bart, he hasn't been that bad. I like Banzu. I really do. I like Gavin. But, I know he moved to Standard Liège in the Belgian league, and fair play to him, he needed to do, but he didn't. In the immortal words of Lewis Griffin, he didn't fill my cockles with joy. I mean, he's doing well in the league that he's in now, but the league that he's in now is a far cry from the Premier League. And, like, he was shipped out of the Premier League for not being good enough. Like, I know Kelleher is the reserve in a Premier League side, and he isn't the main player. But I think that's the reason why Kelleher is the main goalkeeper, because Bazoo was Ireland's main goalkeeper when Kelleher wasn't getting any time, and he lost it. So Gavin lost it. Gavin had it, and then he lost it. So I don't know. I know that's mean on Gavin, but I genuinely think shit. Yeah, the one I have is better. I genuinely think I know it's unfair, but life's a bitch and then you die. He needs to get back to England, or at least move up to a better team than the one that he's at, in order for me to pick him over Kelleher, because his Ireland performances when he was the Ireland #1 didn't leave much to be desired either, unfortunately. Not saying the Kelleher's are, but we'll see. He made quite a few mistakes for Brighton. Also, Uzbek's best goal was a joke that he got beaten. Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of... This might be another bad take or rough take, depending on how you end up doing it. I think there's a lot of really mediocre goalkeepers out there at the moment. And in fact, I think even the best goalkeepers in the world, and they're don't hold a candle to the keepers that were there 10 years ago. I think the keepers have fallen. I think pretty much every position has fallen down in quality in the last 10 years, if I'm honest. But the keepers are not near as good as they were before. Benny, do you want to ban this one? I said I'd give you the chance. If you're there. Benny, can I see you? Benny, can I hear you? Benny, can you do what I need to be done? Yeah, we really don't want to get 20. We really don't want to get 20 subscribers, do we? Thanks for doing that, by the way, Benny. And Oswa Odu, but that clown Coleman is incompetent. I know fucking nothing about him. Oswa Odu. Who does he play for? Rome Jaden Oswa Odu. He plays for AZ. He's 20 years of age. Huh. I wonder if the rumor is true that Onana has replaced his... If it's true that Onana has changed his agent to become the agent that facilitated the Saudi sales of the Chelsea players that ended up moving over there, maybe that's a poke for us to go and try and get. But do you go for a youthful goalkeeper as opposed to an experienced one if you're United? I'd say yes, even though you're taking a risk in the dark and a poke in the dark. I'd say yes, go for a youthful one. I mean, if we could afford Costa, Costa would be the one I'd go for. I don't think we can afford Costa. Even if we sell Onana, I think Costa's going to cost 60 million quid, I think. And I know we spent almost that on fucking Onana, but at the same point in time, I don't think we're going to end up spending 60 million anywhere near that. I don't think we're going to spend 60 million quid on a fucking goalkeeper, even if we do sell Onana. So I don't know. I'd love Costa, but then again, I honestly think if City don't get the charges put against them, if City get away scot-free and are still in the Premier League next season, I think City go for Costa. Because it's blatantly obvious Edison doesn't have it in him anymore. Even though he's not even that old as a goalkeeper. It's just blatantly obvious it isn't in him anymore. I mean, we can dream, Skull, but the rumblings don't suggest they're getting relegated. In fact, the rumblings suggest that they're staying up and that the charges will probably end up fucking being null and void. And if I was a betting man, that's what I'd assume is going to end up happening, that charges will be null and void. But supposedly there's a rumor that United as a team want to make something like 20 or 12 to 20 fucking transfers, both in and out, like in unison. But I don't fucking see it. Oh no, I agree. And what's even better is you wouldn't be paying 60 million now. You'd be spreading it over 5 years like we do with everyone fucking else. But I don't know. Is this the boss? Legion blockade. Do we have to fight all of these fuckers? She's gonna die, isn't she? Oh, no, she just knocked her out. Fair enough. Oh, wonderful. Another poison. How is... a mighty one-on-one battle, huh? I mean, she didn't say it was going to be one-on-one, but you disrespectful bitch. Anyway, now that we know that that's the boss fight, let's come back here and see what the fuck's happening over here. So I can get frozen stun like everyone else. There's rumors that we were looking at that Japanese goalkeeper, Suzuki. I personally would go for the Benfica goalkeeper, Turbin, if you could get him for cheap enough. I know he's young too, so it's hard to know what the fuck would be the deal, what would actually be the benefit or the improvement or anything of where the fuck? Complete the Ascension trial granted. Yeah, but where do I put it? To the Temple of Chaos. Okay, we might try that later on. Yeah, he's younger though, but at the same point in time, we'll see. I know there's that Martin Van de Verg, or however you pronounce him. He's meant to be fairly good as well. Van de Verth. And then obviously you have rest days as well, but like, who the fuck knows what rest days? This doesn't seem that... Well, on second reflection, this doesn't seem like the worst. It just seems like I'm being a twat, but we'll see. Fuck it, if you're gonna consider doing that, just bring back Tim Howard. Or Ben Foster. Okay, that's horse manure. That's absolute horse manure. You know, I wouldn't be shocked if Alex was actually considering doing it too, knowing how weird his relationship was with some of his players. Okay, I'm a tiny bit confused on what the fuck you're meant to do when that takes over the entirety of the map. But it is blatantly obvious that I don't need... Okay. Out of the way. Okay, so cheating doesn't help. That's nice to know. I think I might be fucked. I didn't even get him down halfway. Fuck me. I haven't Skull. I haven't been to Old Trafford. It is something that is happening this year for me, thankfully. As things stand, I currently plan to go to the final game of the season in Old Trafford, which is, and Benny will hate me for this, but it is Manchester United versus West Ham, where Manchester United will go and win. So it's something I'm going to end up doing, especially considering they're going to knock it down within the next 5 years, unfortunately. Okay, so we're here. And move up to... So is there a section in this that I can hide? What the fuck am I meant to do? That thumbs up looks scarily like Tony Khan. I've been and I have been and to a game, and it was the good days with Rooney. That's one of the best forward lines in Premier League history, in my opinion. Rooney, Ronaldo, and Tevez. We'll see what they do. It's hard to know what the fuck those bunch of schmucks are actually planning and doing, and what's real and what isn't. Bad time for an advertisement, but an advertisement all the same. And just while that advertisement is going on, I just have a quick thing I need to do. So I'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen, and then I'll answer your questions. You know, I do tend to continue to forget that when I'm not doing FM, I'm not playing music in the background. So when I leave, it's just dead silence for everyone. So I need to remember that. They want to build it within the next 10 years. The idea is to build it within the next 5 to 10, yeah. But the actual process of starting to tear down Old Trafford will be within the next 5, supposedly. But I'm not 100% sure. It's meant to be a 2 billion sterling stadium, and some of it given by the government, but we'll see what ends up happening. No, the sad thing about it is they do have the money. Most of the money is coming from the government. And even the money they don't have, the club itself actually can afford that money. It's just that the Glazers don't put any money in and keep taking money out from the actual residual fund, which is the reason why why the club is technically in debt. Like United makes so much money that they could pay off the debt in 1 year. It's just that they won't do it. Yeah, we'll see what ends up happening. It's just one of those things of, it depends on how much of the horse shit you want to end up following. Like, United makes so much fucking money. We make 500 million quid a year in terms of just net revenue. So, like, United are still, to this day, one of the most financially prudent football clubs in terms of the money that it creates in the world. So, we'll see what ends up happening. How? What are you meant to do there? Yeah, we'll see anyway. They mightn't even be there by the time that ends up happening. Like, the thing is, there's still the element in the room that this summer, that if someone comes in for a full-on sale, Jim has to sell it at the lowest price to that person. He'll still make a profit based on when he bought it. But if someone comes in for a full sale, so like if Sheikh Shazim came in again this summer and wanted to buy United and the Glazers agreed to the sale, Jim has to do it. So we'll see what ends up happening. Sure, they mightn't even be there by the time that this is meant to come around. Well, I'm not a season ticket holder, so it doesn't affect me, but at the same point in time, it's just a dick move for a club that doesn't need to do it. Like, we make... I mean, Benny, when you look at it, or Skull, when you look at it that way, yeah, I suppose, but it is a lot of money when you're paying it at the end of a lump sum payment that needs to be paid out. And on top of that too, the club makes too much money. It doesn't need it. It's not our fault that the club has put itself in this financial situation. That's the fucking owners that had it. The club makes more money than it needs to. And it's not in the spirit of Manchester United. Like, Manchester United was never like that. To its fans. Specifically, when I say that. Okay, here come... Yeah. I legit don't know what you're meant to do there. That's horseshit. That's genuinely horseshit. Genuinely horseshit. It's complete and utter horseshit. I know that's what he said, but that's complete and utter horseshit. Because legitimately, the Glazers can pay that off. Complete horseshit. The club's revenue pays off the debt. His point would be that the club would have made no money. The club already has made no money. All of the money the club would have made would have paid off the debt, which means that the Glazers would have had to finally, after 10 years, put money in. But the club would be able to make enough money, and the Glazers could pay some of their fucking debt. So it's one of those situations of, it's astonishing that the club has to pay for the debt of the people that bought the fucking club because they didn't put it in their own name, they put it on the club's name. Like, it's a technicality and a crock of horseshit. And do you want to know how we know it's horseshit? Do you want to know how we know it's horseshit? Because if it was true that the club would have been in insolvency with no money by December, do you want to know what would have happened in September before we bought the 150 million quid's worth of players? Do you want to know what would have happened? We would have went into administrativeship. And that's how you know that it's horseshit. A, we bought 150 million quid's worth of players with Jim Radcliffe there. And B, we would have went into administrative capabilities if that was true. Immediately. They don't let you run out of money when they put you into administrativeship. They put you into administrativeship before you run out of money. I guarantee you that's horseshit. It might be accurate in some way, shape, or form. There could be truth to it, but it doesn't tell the whole story. And I'd almost be willing to bet my hair on it, to be honest with you. Yeah, I genuinely don't know what you're meant to do there. But he wouldn't have spent the 150 million quid. Like, that's my point is he wouldn't have spent the 150 million quid. I don't know the way around it. I just don't believe that statement for a fact. It made no sense when he said it, and it makes no sense now. Because the statement he said is if we didn't come in and inject money into the club would have ran out of money by September. He came in to the club, gave 150 million quid in, and said that that's the reason why their operational capacity is still able to come up. But the problem with that is United were always going to end up being there, and in fact the club was ready not to bring anyone in. So I genuinely don't believe it. Maybe what he's saying is true. I genuinely don't believe it. I think he's doing the almighty spin. There's truth to it some way. But I think what would have happened is the club would have ran out of spending money and they would have been going off of loans and debts. So, like, they wouldn't have any... I think what would have ended up happening is they would have ran out of freeable money that wasn't being taken. So, like, they'd be robbing Peter to pay Paul. Maybe. Maybe that is what would have ended up happening. Maybe that's the case. But I don't know. I just don't believe it. But, like, the funny thing about that, too, is he would have to get another bank loan. Radcliffe got a loan. And his loan has been added to the accounts. So, like, there's already a new loan put onto the club anyway. Like, the loan went from 175 million quid to 300 million quid. I think is the stat. Like, I don't understand it. I don't understand it, and honestly, I don't care, because it is a load of propagandic horseshit. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. So long as the work that Radcliffe is doing now gets us some benefit in the future, I genuinely don't care what he does. I genuinely don't care what he does. I genuinely don't care that any of us have the positioning and the whole lot, so long as it fucking works. Okay, I have to get the timing done right on this. I heard about it, Benny, but I don't know anything about it. Like, I didn't read anything about it. Is there a special reason why it happened? Like, is it negligence, or is it did something happen to cause them to go into bankruptcy? Like, what's the reasoning for it? Because you'd think that particular company would be worth a fucking fortune, considering everyone and their uncle used it. Oh, the joys of that. Fuck. Did they confirm that that's what that podcast is going to be? Because I didn't think they confirmed what it was going to be about or anything. Because that could be the two of them just acting like school children doing just generic gossip. Which would be really fucking funny if it was. Yeah, that's what I figured it was going to be. With you, Benny, I can never tell. Maybe it's the Americanisms. Maybe it's just the general discontempt I have towards West Ham fans. But for you, I can never tell when you're being a cunt. Hey, don't shoot a gift horse in the mouth, my friend. Be happy that you're getting it. God, I am shite at this fucking game. I mean, I don't know. They might, considering you get people to send in their DNA, you sell the data onwards, and give people the results. Those people never need to buy another product from you. So the data collection sales. I mean, you're right. You're right in that sense. But the reason why I think it might be more usable in the modern day than other days is because of polyamory. Because who the fuck knows who's going to be the baby mama, the baby dada in that fucking situation? Well, I mean, it'd be bad if you didn't know who the baby mama was. But and by the way, that's a joke. I don't think there's anything wrong with polyamory if you do it. Wouldn't be my cup of tea, but fair play to you for doing what makes you happy. Jesus! God! Yeah, that's what polyamory is. Where there's more than one person in the relationship. A polycule is when there's basically, you know, two different relationships within the one relationship, but still a third relationship or something akin to that. I don't know it too well. You can search up Urban Dictionary if you want to know the actual truths behind those statements. I am surprisingly innocent when it comes down to that shit, so. I'm the wrong person to talk about it. Have fun, Benny. You have to let us know what the dinner is. Okay, okay. So we come to the corner. Shit. I mean, I genuinely don't give a shit. Labels are labels, targets are targets. Just so long as you're fucking happy and you're not getting in the way of anyone else. Who the fuck is what? Who the hell is what? I don't give a shit. Just be happy. Fucking life's too short not to be happy. Other than that, who gives a shit? Yeah, kill myself. I'm doing more damage with this weapon than the other one. So even though the other one gives me resistances, I think I stick with this weapon and fucking hope. I just seen it like I know I kind of have a bull technique to this anyway, which is just run in and smash. But I do need to try and figure this out. I'm getting closer, but like I'm still shit. Well, that was fast. I say that as soon as I fucking die. Okay, so this bit is easy to dodge. It's the next bit where they're fucking gargantuan. How do you... what are you meant to do here? Well, we're lucky this time. Okay. So now we're into this scene, so let's see how we do. Okay, so it looks like we survived this time, funnily enough. Pure goddamn fluke, but we survived. Okay, out of the way of this. This is a smaller basin than the last one, so we need to keep moving. Yeah, and what's worse is we don't have any... Oh, shit. We don't have any heals, so... Yep. I mean, we done better that time, but we still got screwed. Now you just need to hope that he comes to you when you end up going over to Valencia, I suppose. That's the problem with letting a manager leave for the end of the season. They can end up screwing you if you're not careful. Interesting. Oh no, of course it can happen. Sure, Klopp ended up leaving at the end of the season. If he wanted to, Klopp could have destroyed Liverpool when he was leaving. I know that he's not going to a different club and you are, but Klopp easily could have left fucking Liverpool if he wanted to and joined a new club straight away. And there's not a goddamn thing Liverpool could have done about it. In your particular case, you had accepted a new job. You weren't coming to the end of your contract. Well, no, you are at the end of your contract. So, you know, you are 100% within your rights to do what you did. So, yeah, there's nothing that could be done. Nothing that could be said. God damn it, we almost had her dead. It's hard attempting to get the better of PSG when never going to happen, even though it's the league by 10 points. Hey, just keep at it. Eventually you'll end up getting it. Like, it's just with enough repetition you'll end up getting by them. They aren't all encompassing. They aren't all powerful. God damn it. I don't know. That's a strong ass fucking league to go into as well. So, good luck with it. I think I shot myself in the foot there by trying to be clever and move away at the fucking lightning bolt. It caused everything to appear in the one fucking area. I don't know, there's a lot about this boss that annoys the crap out of me. And yes, I know I've been at this boss for an hour now. Anyway, advertisement time. Joys of that. Actually, unfortunately, I've got a bit of bad news. I'm just after getting a text message there. And unfortunately, I need to finish a little early today. I was only going to be going about a half an hour anyway. So much to my chagrin, I actually need to finish up now. So I'm going to end up finishing up and sending you on to a different stream, if that's all okay. My apologies about the abrupt end. It's just, unfortunately, some personal things are after happening there that I need to end up resolving, and I have to finish up early. So I'm going to send you on to a raid of a channel that I love. He's a variety streamer. I've mentioned him here before, and I've showed him before. He had a bit of unluckiness with the mountain banner earlier on, so I'm going to send you on to Simus if you don't particularly mind. Send him the love, send him the crack. And thank you all so much for the stream today. And my apologies it didn't go longer. I won't be on tomorrow, but I'll hopefully be on again on Wednesday, and we'll see what I'll end up playing. In my own time, I might try this boss again and see if I can get anywhere with it, but I like doing it on stream, so we'll see. But with that being said, guys, apologies if this wasn't the best stream in the world. Just a lot of technical hiccups and incredibly shit gameplay. But with that being said, it was a pleasure, and thank you all. So make sure your crack is 90, slán go fóill, and Pog Mahone.